The plan to house a sexually violent predator in Poway, how you can make your voices heard on this.
Don't scream, don't say anything. I have a knife, I'll stab you.
Another twist after a car drove off a pier. How police say it started with a receptionist stabbing a hotel guest.
It's horrifying that grandmas cannot walk their grandchildren down to Jack in the Box for an afternoon milkshake.
Neighbors say squatters have taken over a home in North Park.
We have almost a dozen different waste haulers moving, and they all do it differently.
Where do your plastics go once you put them in the blue bin? We try to find out using air tags. And our very first look at the giant pandas at the San Diego Zoo. It's 6 a.m. on Tuesday, July 9th, and you're up with CBS 8.
Some parts of the county will see extreme heat today. Thanks for joining us. 6 a.m. now. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Nada Iranpour. So we want to get you prepared for this hot day. Yeah. Another one. Meteorologist Evan Irani with a check of that forecast. So how hot today?
Hotter than yesterday. Let's just say that. We'll start there. Another hot one out there across San Diego County. Good morning to you. 6:01 right now, and it's mild as we start off our 6 o'clock hour, but it's not going to stay that way as we start to see our inland valleys climb to the low 90s this afternoon, 70s along the coast. As you make your way to the mountains and deserts, a whole different ball game. 102 out there on average for the mountains and 119 for the deserts. The entire western U.S. covered in heat-related alerts as this ridge of high pressure continues its stronghold on us, allowing for a long-term heat wave that only continues. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the excessive heat warning timing. After Thursday, it expires, and we start to see a little bit of cooling into the weekend. We'll have more details on what the weekend forecast and early next week looks like, as we will finally start to see some changes on the way by then. Netta?
Evan, thank you for that. And we do have a list of cool zones under the help button at CBS8.com for the latest weather conditions, any of the alerts. While you're on the go, download the free CBS 8 app. It's on Google Play or the App Store. And now take a look at this. A driver crashed right into a 7-Eleven this early this morning. Look at the damage to the front of the store, inside the store. We just got this video into our newsroom.
So this happened just before 5 a.m. in City Heights. This is near the intersection of University Avenue and 43rd Street. You can see that car went through the window and came to a stop right near the register. It's not clear what led up to this crash or if anyone was hurt. We are working to gather those details, and we'll pass them along to you.
And now this morning, we are learning there are plans to place a sexually violent predator in Poway.
The 67-year-old man was convicted of sexual offenses in the 80s and 90s. CBS 8's Chris Girl live in Poway near the proposed home placement site here. Chris?
Yeah, we're actually about 2 miles from that site at the moment, and this is the second time that a judge will consider whether or not to place Merl Wakefield in a new home. This is a process that has been pretty long withstanding right now. 2021, they initially tried to place him in a home in Mount Helix, but the judge ruled against that. Now the latest proposal here is to place the 67-year-old into a home on Sycamore Canyon Road. Now, Wakefield was convicted of sexual offenses in 1981 and in 1990. He is classified as a sexually violent predator. That means that he was diagnosed with a mental disorder that makes it likely for him to reoffend. Now, as for what happened with that Mount Helix neighborhood, residents there protested that proposed placement, and a judge eventually ruled in their favor, citing how many children live in the neighborhood and Wakefield's mental illness and his disposition there to potentially reoffend. Now, as for the possibility of reoffending, we do know that the company, Liberty Healthcare, which operates the state's conditional release program, has commented that no SVP, sexually violent predators, have reoffended in the 21-year history of the program, and that any of the SVPs that have had their conditional releases terminated have done so because of release term violations, not because of new sexual offenses. Now, there will be an August 9th court hearing about this Poway placement location. Members of the public are encouraged to attend because they can make public comments there. That's going to be happening at 9 a.m. at the Central Courthouse. Now, if that's something that you're not able to attend in person, public comments can also be submitted on up until July 22nd. You can do so by going to our website, cbs8.com. We have all the links ready for you. Just click on that story, scroll to the very bottom there. We have those links made available for you to submit your public comment if this is something that you want to make sure that your voice is heard on. Eric and Netta.
Chris, thank you so much for that. And now this morning, a young woman is recovering after police say she was attacked by a hotel receptionist in La Jolla. We brought this to you as breaking news. This was yesterday morning when the suspect was found dead after driving his car off the Embarcadero. This is video from the scene. Police say 23-year-old Aaron Tran used his position at the Shoal Hotel to get into a room where two women were staying. He showed one of the women a message on his phone reading, "Don't say anything, I have a knife." She screamed and struggled with him, getting stabbed at least once in the chest. Both women ran to the parking lot and Tran took off. Now, a half hour later, witnesses saw a white Honda race off the Navy Pier there next to the USS Midway Museum and into the water. Detectives say they found Tran dead inside the car with self-inflicted cuts on his neck. The woman who was stabbed has been released from the hospital.
And this morning, we are hearing concerns after police announced they will immediately install 14 smart streetlights in Hillcrest.
Surveillance isn't safety. Surveillance isn't safety.
The cameras will go up before Pride festivities. San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall is using the exigent clause in the city's ordinance, essentially saying this is an emergency, citing a rise in hate crimes. But privacy advocates call it an unjustified and unauthorized expansion of surveillance technology.
Terribly concerned that they're using Pride as an excuse to expand mass surveillance when that is not what the community is calling for.
It is absolutely critical, if we're going to provide the highest levels of safety and protect our community, that we mobilize the resources necessary to put the unused cameras to good, productive use.
Chief Wall says San Diego experienced a 73% increase in hate crimes last year. In the past 4 years, Hillcrest has seen the most incidents of hate throughout the city. This morning, we are getting a first look at the new panda pair now at the San Diego Zoo. San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance released these photos to us overnight.
Looking here at Yun Chuan and Sing Bao, zoo officials say they're acclimating well to their new home in this private habitat. They will not be able to be seen by the public for several more weeks. You know we're asking, right, constantly, when can we see them? They are the first pandas to enter the U.S. in 21 years, arriving from China on June 27th. So they're here now.
So you got these pictures early this morning. You didn't even want to open them.
I didn't open them.
You wanted to be surprised.
Yes, because they sent the link to look at it.
It was worth the wait because it looks like a little glamour. See, like he's almost like batting his eyes there. Come see me soon.
They're fuzzy
and then
foreheads.
this one's just kind of like laying it all out there.
Hey, I'm here, everybody.
That sentence of them not being available for several more weeks was geared toward the two of you.
Right. Yeah.
They're like,
stop.
We just need to remind
us.
you, you can't just show up at the zoo every day.
This isn't Anchorman. You just can't go live in the enclosure.
Again, another. Give them some weeks. No, they look so cute. That one, he was really bad in his eyes.
Yeah. She's like, this is gonna be worth the wait. Trust me.
Just wait, right? It is going to be another hot one out there if you're going to be heading out to the zoo, if you're along the coast, if you're inland, if you're across the mountains and deserts, you are especially feeling the heat out there. And that is with an excessive heat warning taking effect at 11 a.m. today. So that'll be in effect through Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Afternoon conditions are going to be particularly hot. The departure from normal that we'll feel will be felt a lot more the farther east you are. So along the coast, we're about 5 degrees above normal, sticking mainly in the 70s, much more mild along the coastline. And then across your inland valleys, your mountains, your deserts, you're closer to 10 and 15 degrees above normal. That's why the coast is the only spot in the county of San Diego that is not under a heat-related alert out there. It's mainly thanks to this marine layer that's very much present out there to start off the morning. Low clouds could be affecting your view outside as you head out for the morning commute. So remember to reduce your speeds if you're not able to see too far in front of you. These clouds will hang out with us for another couple of hours. In some cases, they'll hug the coast just west of the 5. And that means that if you're out there right along the beach, you might still see some filtered sunlight into the afternoon, a little bit of cloud cover passing by at times. Santee and El Cajon, they're not expecting anything in terms of cloud cover. It's going to be just plain hot out there. 92 for both of those spots. 86 for La Mesa, 79 for downtown San Diego, and 75 in Imperial Beach. In Oceanside, we could make it to the low 80s this afternoon, along with plenty of spots like Fallbrook, Vista, San Marcos in the mid and upper 80s for your afternoon highs. Ramona, 99. Julian, 98 degrees. Mount Laguna, 97. And Campo expected to come in at 105. Unsurprisingly, Borrego Springs and Ocotillo Wells are two of the hottest spots in the county, and they broke some daily records yesterday for the hottest afternoon high for that specific day. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, the hottest days. And then after Thursday, from Friday into the upcoming weekend, we'll start to see those temperatures decline. Look at Saturday, 87 degrees on average inland. We will finally leave those 90s behind and get to the cooler range. Let's check in on traffic. It's 6:10 right now on the clock. And right now we are still tracking a SIG alert that is in the South Bay area on the 805. This is, I believe, on the northbound lanes. Yeah, 805 northbound at Telegraph Canyon Road. L Street is what CHP specified. What we were told is that a mobile home seemed to have stalled on the northbound lanes of the 805. They were having to close several lanes of it, and that's what that stop and go traffic is attributed to. They claim they should have this cleared within the next about 20 minutes or so. So we'll keep tabs on it, let you know if we see that clearing take place. Beyond that, you should be good to go on the morning commute. Let's check in on your border wait times. It is going to be about an hour 10 for the San Ysidro port of entry. Otay Mesa is going to take you longer. It'll be about 2 hours in total to get across that port of entry. Again, our website, cbs8.com/weather, can give you more. Back to you.
We have to.
Others he would have met with.
We cannot.
You can share names in regards to if someone came here regarding.
Still ahead, new questions about a Parkinson's specialist visiting the White House.
Plus, several deaths in Texas after Hurricane Beryl. Now there's a new threat. And actor Alec Baldwin's trial begins today. What a judge just said is not relevant to the case.